So with the latest update, a massive amount of dinosaur updates came to the game, and all of these updates bring a lot of changes to many creatures, and we're going to go over them all right now. This is going to be a very quick, a very weird video, but we are going to go over them. And so let's start with RHAMPH. RHAMPH has added a rat out alert animation. The bite is now moved to the common slot and can be equipped at all times to make fishing, critter hunting easier. They've added immunity to play carrier effects if it is equipped, changed how plotting whispers behaves and fixed issues, improved bloodsucker drain to 20% from 5%. They have improved the woozy effect, improved scab picker deepening wounds, added lucky feathers passive effect. Now that passive effect basically means that when you are attacked, you gain 10 seconds of immunity if that attack was about to kill you. Added fishing lore ability, added fishy breath ability, fixed RHAMPH full bleed bug, fixed RHAMPH being able to regenerate health while pouncing, fixed RHAMPH being able to benefit from ACHILLO buffs, and fixed RHAMPH dart not working while holding fish. HATZ gets a whole bunch of changes. However, it does get a new vocal ability. It gets two. It gets beat clack, which essentially means that any ungrouped character within 10 meters does an alert call, and death croak, which is a call that lowers armor by 15% in a 30-meter radius. However, it got a bunch of other changes as well. They've increased the slow flying and fast flying stamina costs. HATZ peck can no longer be used in the air. Increased HATZ peck damage to 60 from 50, decreased peck cooldown to 1.5 from 2, decreased peck barrage damage to 4, decreased peck barrage cooldown to 3, added the Shriek of Horrors ability, which is this one, a brand new ability which reduced all carryable dinosaurs speed by 15% in 30 meters. They've added beat clack and death croak as well. They've fixed numerous things, for example, impact damage with home cave buff active, carnage persisting after switching to evil eye, and fly down button disappearing once pressed, forcing it to crouch when landing. DEINONYCHUS gets improved stamina depletion rate to allow for DEINONYCHUS to run for longer periods. You can now equip pounce at juvenile for 400 marks. Fixed lightweight on DEINONYCHUS, reducing combat weight, which made them unable to be pounced by other DEINONYCHUSs at the same growth stage. For LATEN Venetrix, they have fixed the baby LATEN Venetrix using less running stamina while in the tutorial cave. And I'm not sure if this is basically the same thing here, but it looks like LATEN Venetrix also got a new skin. The default skin has changed because it used to be this. Although I don't know if that was already on this version of the game. ACHILLO gets a brand new ability, which is the Mocking Cackle ability, which reduces the effectiveness of booking by 50% for 30 seconds to all dinosaurs within a 15-meter radius. And this is that ability right there. They've also increased bite damage to 60 from 50, decreased bite cooldown to 1.5, decreased claw attack damage to 70, increased shred damage to 180, decreased shred cooldown to 1.5, decreased cruel swipe damage to 30, increased strength in numbers buff to 5%, increased mob boss buff to 5%, added mocking cackle ability, and fixed ACHILLO dropping items when using claw attacks. And finally, the ACHILLO wound textures have been added, so damage will be more accurate to where the player is hit. Now, this is mainly to focus on pouncing and group-based abilities, and they wanted to make it go further in that direction. CONCA gets a brand new default skin, or well, the default skin gets updated. This is the default skin. It looks a lot nicer now. The textures just look a lot better. That being said, it did get some other stuff as well. They've increased the claw attack bleed to 1, increased the ripping kick bleed to 1 as well. METRIA has some changes as well. The hustle duration has been increased to 5 minutes from 2 and range is 75 meters from 30. They've also made a fix where the call ability getting removed at the adolescent stage occurred, but that is that. CERATOSAURUS gets a brand new default skin, and here it is right here, or well, an updated version, because the original default skin is I was going to say this one, but I don't actually play Cerato enough to know what the original default skin is. Maybe it's that one. Oh, but this is a new one anyways for the default skin, and it looks very nice. Additionally, the thrash cooldown has been increased to 8 seconds. They've unlinked thrash and bite cooldowns. Armored tail reduced to 25% damage from 85 to 95. Venom heal subspecies has been changed to now be a 10% bleed and venom heal. They've also added new sitting and sleeping animations. Here it is right here, and as you can see, when it sleeps and yawns, that's what it looks like when it sleeps. And we'll have it there for you to have a look at anyways. They've adjusted Ceratosaurus' melanistic skin mouth tint to be darker, updated Ceratosaurus' default skin, fixed Ceratosaurus animation sliding when crouching and moving forward, and fixed the abilities of Ceratosaurus becoming unusable if doing the charged bite right after activating emotes. For Megalania, they've decreased the stamina sprint cost to 0.8, increased bite damage to 30, decreased stamina recovery rate to 0.6, land speed species has been changed to 25% increased jump height, and fixed Megalania stamina recovery rates being identical when sitting, standing, sleeping, if non-adult. They've also made its footstep sounds lighter overall. ALIORAMUS also gets changes as well. Like Ceratosaurus, it gets a new sitting and a new sleeping animation as well. Additionally to that, they also get the turn species being changed to 3% damage boost, and they've adjusted ALIORAMUS melanistic skin mouth tint to be darker, fixed ALIORAMUS sliding when crouching and walking forward, left and right. With Daspletosaurus, I'm unsure if the default skin got any adjustments, but I feel like it has. It seems like it's got a little bit of a change. I just wanted to point that out. However, with Daspletosaurus, this is a very good dinosaur now. They've decreased the bite damage to 70 from 80, decreased bite cooldown to 1.5 from 2, bite attacks should not put other bite attacks on cooldown anymore. They've also updated the default skin and updated the eye texture to be a little bit brighter, which is a little bit evident in this video. KAIWHEKEA, they have fixed the barrel roll skipping animation if it reaches the surface, and fixed both KAIWHEKEA and EURHINOSAURUS having the same subspecies name. Moving into EURHINOSAURUS as well, they fixed Eurhino pounce, taking more stamina with each consecutive pounce, fixed the bleed amounts of EURHINOSAURUS attacks based on growth stages, fixed EURHINOSAURUS sleeping and sitting stamina recovery not being consistent for all growth stages, and the final one, the baby EURHINOSAURUS visuals not appearing at a distance, has been fixed. For SUCHOMIMUS, the land speed species has been changed to 10% bleed and venom heal species, so I believe that one is this one, right? Laparenti is the one that's gotten changed. They've also fixed SUCHOMIMUS' idle animation freezing when in precise movement or when it is held. ALLOSAURUS does get some changes as well. They're not major. They've increased the claw attack bleed to 1, increased the hatchet bite bleed to 1.25. Now, the changes are on the screen there for you to have a look. These are nice changes, although I do wish this dinosaur could be better. It seems they're focusing on making Allo a bleed-based dinosaur. PYCNONEMOSAURUS sees its armored tail reduced, like with the other dinosaurs that get that, and its base health has been increased by 100 to 550 from 450. SARCOSUCHUS sees numerous changes as well. They've increased the stamina recovery rate to 0.4 from 0.3. They fixed Sarco's asphyxiate and bite, taking away stamina and oxygen while they have home cave buff active as well. And then we move into the last two carnivores here, Spino and Rex. Spinosaurus has these changes. They've increased stamina recovery rate to 0.4 from 0.3. Land species has been changed to 10% health recovery rate. Fixed some Spinosaurus subspecies having odd stretching around the legs when animating. Fixed Spinosaurus using swim idle animation in certain situations. And then we move to the last carnivore, which is Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I don't know where it is. Tyrannosaurus gets these changes. They've increased face tank damage reduction to 30%. Fixed a bug where the Tyrannosaurus was not taking 20% increased damage by default when attacked on the head. They've reduced the volume of Tyrannosaurus claws by 50%. Fixed inconsistent sounds for digging burrows with Rex. Fixed Tyrannosaurus isn't able to crouch when digging a burrow as well. And of course, now let's go into the herbivores. Pachycephalosaurus gets one change. Its run speed subspecies has been changed to 25% increased jump height. Now, when you go and have a look at what that one is, it's Hogwarts here. That's the one that's been changed. KENTROSAURUS sees some major nerfs overall. A shame for KENTROSAURUS players, but the spike subspecies has had its effects reduced to 1.2 from 3 times, which is huge. Tail attack bleed damage reduced to 0.2 from 0.35, reduced base health to 450 from 550, reduced health recovery rate to 1.25 from 1.83, and they've increased turning radius to make Kentro have wider turns compared to before. They've basically reduced its effectiveness overall to make it fit in with other 2 slots, which I think is a shame, and of course Kentro thinks it's a shame as well because now it's raining. However, one that's got updates that aren't a shame is ANODONTOSAURUS. The venom healing subspecies for ANODONTOSAURUS has been changed to be 10% bleed and venom heal. However, it's not actually showing here by the looks of it. Have they forgot to change it? I'm not too sure. However, if we go into the game, ANODONTOSAURUS does receive some new sitting and sleeping animations. And while we're in the rain, I can show you them right here. So you got your sit, and then you got your sleep as well. And that is the new sitting and sleeping animations for ANODONTOSAURUS. Speaking of ANODONTOSAURUS, they've fixed ANODONTOSAURUS Fortify not remaining active when crouched, fixed ANODONTOSAURUS being able to sleep with hunker down, and fixed ANODONTOSAURUS is knocked out of fully activated hunker down by knockback effects, which is a really big change there. ALBERTACERATOPS has gotten these changes. They fixed ALBERTACERATOPS sliding when crouching and walking. ALBERTACERATOPS footsteps are now heavier overall, and they've updated the trot animation. And if I really quickly show it off right here, it's quite hard to showcase it off in the rain, but this should be what it looks like to those who can make out that new trotting animation. I think it looks very nice, and overall, it's a nice change. STRUTHIOMIMUS gets a whole range of changes as well. The hustle duration has been increased to 5 minutes from 2 and range is 75 meters. They've decreased acceleration subspecies effect to 50% from 200%. However, they've got changes here as well. You won't be able to see them as well in the rain, but the skins, Default, Fox and Budgie have been updated and look far better than they did before. A precursor to the STRUTHIOMIMUS TLC, most likely. These are beautiful updates to skins. For EOTRICERATOPS, its Stomp no longer shares the same cooldown as Headbutt, and they've fixed juvenile EOTRICERATOPS making adult sounds in some situations. And then we move to the last 2, because technically the other one I'm not going to be going over fully, but DINOCHEIRUS gets some changes. They've fixed DINOCHEIRUS swimming ascending/descending too slowly, and then we move down to the last one, IGUANODON. They've decreased its combat weight to 4,000 from 5,000. That is a massive change. Decreased the max health to 700 from 800 and disabled Iguanodon's charge. The reason for that is because this dinosaur will be one of the next dinosaurs to get a major ability overhaul to come to the game. Don't know if it's going to get a model overhaul, but they did say it's getting an ability TLC. Now, you may be wondering, I've missed out one massive dinosaur, and that is the LAMBIOSAURUS. Now, it really depends where you're going to see this video. If you're seeing this in my standard video where it's just going over the whole dinosaur changes, then LAMBIOSAURUS is in its own separate video. But if you're watching this in the full changelog video, because I would have lumped the other 2 videos into one big one as well, LAMBIOSAURUS will be right next. Anyways, that's the dinosaur changes. Let me know your thoughts about these in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think here. But other than that, if you want to check out another video, I recommend this one where I went over the LAMBIOSAURUS changes, the full overview of this new creature. That being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.